Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Dragon Nest. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to do this, so we're going to take a look at it. And this is a action-based MMORPG and it's from Nexon. It's really cool, fast-paced type game, so let's take a look. So we've got 4 different character types. You've got the cleric, you've got a warrior, you've got the mage, and then you've got an archer. We're going to go ahead and actually the sorceress. We're going to make a sorceress. And let's take a look. We've got basically 4 different hair colors here. We're going to go ahead and go with this purple. And then you've got 4 different skin types. Let's go with this real white one. And then you've got 4 different, not a ton of customization, but enough to kind of get just some different looks and stuff like that, at least to start out with. These games, especially Nexon, is really known for doing a lot of cash shop type items as far as changing your look and feel and things like that. You do have a lot of stuff as you progress through the game that you find and that you're going to be able to pick up and use and stuff like that changes how you look and stuff of that nature. So let's go with the blue boots. Let's rotate her around. She's going to do a little graphic, show off her ass a little bit. Never hurts. And she's going to turn back around. So there we go. So let's go ahead and name our character. There we go. And let's create. This character name contains forbidden words. I don't know what that means. So maybe it's just because I put 2 caps. So let's see. Still contains forbidden words. So that is quite interesting. So let's just try that. Very interesting. So forbidden words are the words Jelena. How funny is that? So let's go with that and see what happens. So we're able to create it just by using a different letter. Really weird. So it looks like they went through in their filter and put all porn star names as forbidden words. So let's create just a random number here. And, let's delete. Let's go back. Let's try this again. And we'll just create something kind of funky there. And let's enter. Alright, so we're in, and you see they've got a bunch of different channels that you could choose from here. And after you get up a few levels, actually I believe there you go, it's level 10. Then you can go into the arena, and once you reach level 15, you can do the Edge of Darkness, which is a more recent expansion or content expansion that they add. But let's go to the furthest one. Let's not create too much problems, and let's go connect. And we're going to go ahead and log in. Now I'm actually going to pause the game right now because this, for some reason, this initial login takes a little while. So I'm going to pause and I will be right back. So there we go. We're just about to log in. So I figured I'd go ahead and show you this little it's not a cut scene, but it's just a little cut screenshot. So once that loads up, usually we're pretty close. Now, one thing to know about the game is you definitely have to constantly be active as far as what you're doing. It's not just run up to the monster and just start mashing buttons. You do have to move around and stuff like that. We do have this cutscene, but we're going to go ahead and skip it. Now, the different characters have different cutscenes, or different starting areas. So we're on a path to Mana Ridge that's specific for the sorceress. And as you can see, we've got a couple different skills. We can take a look at them. One is the Wheeling Staff, and one is the Fire Burst. So let's start heading over here to these guys. And you can see we've got our little reticle that we have to aim with. And it's talking about aiming and actually having to aim and start attacking these guys. You can see once we've got them locked in, it actually turns red, and there's our little Fire Burst. We use F to pick up the different items that the monsters drop, which is really weird because I thought, why wouldn't they just keep it the same as they did with Vindictus and just have it be E? Especially since E is just toggled to auto run, and they could have very easily put that at F. But they chose to do it this way. We can bring up a map and see that there's not really much going on. We actually passed the guy we needed to talk to. What's really cool about this is you can just right click on him and you'll start cruising back in that direction. We can turn around and let's go back and talk to him. He's laying on the ground. We just ran right over the top of him. So there we go. Brings up the little icon. He's unconscious, must be taken to the village right away. So we're going to handle that and head off to the village. And there you go, get another little cutscene, and we're going to go ahead and take care of him. Let's head out of that. We're going to skip over those. When you guys get in there, you can start watching all those. But the game does do a really good job of having a quality tutorial and walkthrough to get you through all these little basics. Now, once we get through right now, we're going to actually be able to talk to somebody. You can see right there, we're going to be able to talk to the sorceress trainer, Cynthia. And she, I believe, is going to give us an option to do the tutorial. So we brought her to return. We'll skip through all this. Whatever. Cleric, so come on, fine. Yeah. And here it is. I just forgot I've used my skills, so that you can either go through the tutorial or you can just take off. I don't need the tutorial, so let's go ahead and close that out. And we do have our first quest. Now, it's really cool the way that they do this. You can see right there, it leads us in the direction of where we need to go for our first quest, and we got to head off in that direction. You can see it tells us how far. We've got, 12, 11, 10, so-and-so, and they have it M or meters. I'm guessing they're using that, definitely not miles. So there we go, and we're going to get another quest from this character that will either take us into the first little area that we need to go to pick up our, yep, there we go. We're going to head in. Now you can see, before we get there, you've got Irene here, and she's got a little heart over her head. Now you can take and, does a good job of showing off her butt, but making friends, it's a little friend system, so basically you'll earn fondness points when you do something NPC likes. Basically you can find different items, give the items to the NPCs, and there you go. You get aversion points so they don't like you. So May the merchant, she's adorable. Let me give you some points. Who do you want to become friends with? I want to become friends with you, Irene. Alright, so continue. So we're going closer to Irene, and there's bonuses and stuff like that that come along with that. So, and for some reason it wants us to go this way. Let's see why. So do we have somebody over here we need to talk to? No, basically it's just sending us into a nowhere direction. We're going to go down here and head into our first little area. You can see there's some other players there. You can highlight over the little players. Unfortunately, he left. You maybe saw that little green happy face, and then you can click on them and you can see like what they're all about and stuff like that. But let's run through some of these basic things. You can see this is our character, and we can bring up our inventory with I. You can see a beginner grimoire, so we can take and go ahead and equip that. And it's actually a little bit, it's basically the exact same, except for it increases our maximum mana by 61. So we want to use that one. And then you got this beginner orb, which is actually better than the grimoire, so we're going to now equip that. We get this beginner hit point potion. I really love when they do this. They separate out your quests and your general items and stuff of that nature. If we bring up L, it brings up all of our achievements. Let's go and actually earn an achievement real quick. And here's your party system. Now, I'm not really sure why they went with this system. You can go ahead and you can go through and pick a party you want to join and just do join. You can create your own, or you can go here and you can pick from the different instances and pick the party that you want to run in, let's say, the Astral Covenant, and hit find, and then there's the guys for that area. But we're going to go ahead and do one on our own right now because it's much easier to just run through that than have to wait for an actual party. So let's go ahead and get that all loaded up. But it is instance based, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to find all these different instances that you're going to then jump into and things like that. So see right now we're in an instance and you don't actually see anybody else, because the only time you'll see anybody else in this little instance area is if they're part of your party. So let's talk to this brother Cedric. Go ahead and complete our quest. I do. Okay, that's right, you owe me. How dare you? Roll your eyes. Blah blah blah. So, and we need to talk to brother Jacob now.
How goes it?
And keep powering through all these different. We got a cargo crate. Hit close, and it'll tell us we need to go talk to the sorceress Cynthia. But you know what? Before we do that, we're going to run in here and actually run this Icewind Valley pass, so we can see exactly where we need to, exactly what the game is all about. Now, once you get in here, you'll see Icewind Valley. You can't do this one until level 5. But you've got quests, and then if you have a quest that you can complete in the Icewind Valley, this will show up here. Then you've got these 2 different achievements. We're going to go ahead and jump in there, and you also have easy or normal or hard, and you can't do hard or master or abyss until you actually complete the early ones first. So we're going to actually do this on normal. I played the game before, understand what it's all about, so I feel I can handle normal. So we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. So pretty simple stuff. We're going to cruise in here, and we're going to have some monsters, and there they are, these little bear-like monsters. So we're going to go ahead and drop some flames on them. There we go. Pretty simple stuff. And you can see each of your skills have a regeneration time, or basically a cooldown time that you have to wait for. It's usually not too long, especially with these early skills. They're pretty simple. Let's go ahead and take all these guys out real quick. There's our little whirlwind, and of course, just like anything else, you'll see at the end we actually get a score. You can see maybe by that achievement that we need to get an S or better to actually earn the achievement. So let's let that go over. And so you get a score. So obviously the faster you get through all this stuff and the more times, the more points that you earn. You can see we even earn points for destroying the different barrels. If you double click in a direction, you'll either dodge or you'll sprint. So you can see we had to let that cool down. And then once we go ahead and take and we do that forward, we can actually sprint forward. So we didn't get to do that very far, but you'll see I'll do it in a second. It's kind of cool because the sorceress actually does like a little teleportation, which is kind of cool. Let's go ahead and use our skill there, and use our other skill to kind of just go ahead and whirlwind kill everything here real quick. And there we go. Everything is taken out just like that. I told you, even in the normal, it's not really that hard. And I did get a little onyx crystal. You can see what exactly those are used for right there. Let's get in the middle here. One thing that comes in handy is you'll find out that using your area of effect skills as much as possible becomes, especially in the PvE portion of the game, becomes really one of those things that you really want to play with, and you really want to have those handy and on your skill hotbar, because you run into a lot of groups just like that, where the monsters pretty much, they'll go down pretty simple and pretty easy, but it's just a matter of you setting them up and getting them with the right combos and all that different crap. So it's pretty easy to set them up like that, but it's just a matter of doing it. So here's our first little boss monster. We got a little cutscene, and he's gonna bang his little mace and stuff like that. But we're gonna take him out pretty simply. Just use our skills, and they go down, like I said, they go down pretty easy. So not too hard. He's actually unconscious right there. Let's use our little fire burst, and we did take a little shot. We could have actually blocked it, but you know, what's the fun in that? We might as well show what kind of tank our sorceress can be. She's only taken 41 hit points. Let's actually roll out of this. So he's still wailing on us, and of course I decided to get tricky, and now he knocked me out. And you can see his health bars up there in the top right hand corner. Not sure if you guys saw that right before I mentioned it, but it's pretty easy to find all that stuff. Take out all the monsters, and it's pretty cool. You know, when you're done, you go ahead and pick up all the junk that they drop, and you also get to take and you will get a special item. Now depending upon how you do, so I completed both of the achievements, got the 30 hit combo, and I also got the S. So depending upon how you do, whether you get an S or actually if you get the triple S, you'll actually get an extra container to choose from. And these containers will have random items, as you'll see here in a second. So this one had an item for a cleric, this one had the item for the sorceress, and of course that one also had an item for a cleric, which I'm not. So you end up with a bunch of junk that you just end up selling, and you can sell that either in the just to the vendors, or there's actually an auction house that you're going to be able to send that to. So let's go ahead and use that, and you know what, we want to pick that stuff up before we go, and let's F12. Now it's cool because you can jump out right to where I was before in that closest field, or I can go all the way back to town. Now this kind of is a little bit helpful because you can go all the way back to town and use that teleportation to not have to run back. So if you're really far away, some of the different zones, let's actually bring up the world map so you guys can see that. So you can see, like, I'm right here in Mana Ridge, and that's as far as I've been able to go, but you can cruise all the way over here, but you could be, you know, all the way maybe in this sector right here, and you won't need to get all the way back to Mana Ridge. So you'll just take and you just complete a little instance, and boom, you jump all the way back. But it's pretty cool. You can see the overall map is pretty large and pretty good size. And by the time you reach about level 15, you'll be in this region here, but there's still tons and tons of the world to explore. Let's use the map, and we need to head over here, the Sorcerer's Trainer. So we're just going to right-click on her, and we'll start cruising off in that direction while we look at some other stuff. K brings up your skills, very normal. J is kind of cool, so if you're kind of lost or you're wondering what you need to do, you can bring that up for a little help. Or if you're lost as far as your keyboard commands and what you need, bring up the H key, hit the H key, and that'll bring that up. This is what I was talking about, little happy face, and you can inspect other characters. So you can see that's another level 1 sorceress. You see she just has all the normal stuff. But once you get later on, you can see like a lot more of the higher level characters, see what they're wearing, see what different items they're using, see how they're crafting and enhancing their different items, because the game does have a solid crafting and enhancement system as far as you could power up your different items, +1, +2, +3, so on and so forth, and all kinds of stuff like that. As you can see, there's somebody down here selling this skeleton gauntlet brutal. We can click on that, and we can see exactly what that's all about. That's a warrior item, so we don't want to use that. We obviously don't want to buy it either. So, But anyways, let's move on. I just want to show you guys where you could actually take, and we need to head to Brother Jacob. But he's outside, but Jenny actually has a quest for us, so we're going to cruise over that way while we look at some of this other stuff. Here's the friendship, so you can see all the different stuff you have and the alliances and your album, stuff like that. I mean, the game has a lot of social aspects. And really odd though is your quest tab. So you can bring that up. You can see right now I'm on the main quest. I don't have any side quests. I think Jenny's quest is actually a side quest. So let's see exactly what it is. Pooch and provisions, not buying anything in that case. Continue, what a pain. Okay, accept, continue. All right, so we're off. I like you better than but I believe that is a side quest. And there you go, Jenny's request and Pooch and provisions. So that is a side quest. But as you can see, our little arrow comes up, and you can see the main storyline quests are in the yellow, and the blue quests are the side quests. So we can cruise over this way. You can see you got a few other people, and you got a full mailbox system, stuff like that. Let's look at the final little bits and pieces. If you hit G, you can center your camera either in front of you or behind you. And then that is pretty much it, other than V, which brings up your events, and you can see you've got the newbie celebration, so available once per day. If you play for an hour, you'll get a little bonus and stuff like that. So it's always cool to pay attention to those little things, because they always come in handy to pick up all that little stuff. And you know, you might have played for like 45 minutes, and so just leave your computer on and leave the game playing for 15 more minutes, and you'll get to your little event bonus. So, but the game does hand out, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. The game does hand out, actually we can't look at it in here, it actually has a little like dragon mail system. So let's talk to Brother Jacob here real quick. And pass me Cynthia's tab. Alright. So we talked to him, and now we actually have quests in this zone. So we should be able to run through it real quick before we run out of time. But as you can see, the hard version is now open. I'm actually going to go for hard. You can see there's actually an achievement by completing it, and they actually recommend level and party size and stuff like that. But you know what? I think I'm alright. I'm going to go ahead and run it on hard, and I'm going to run it solo, because I think I can handle it. So let's see. There we go. We're all loaded up. We've got our skills ready and locked in, and let's see how we do. So here's our little Poochimon guys that she needs us to take out. And as you can see, because we're on a harder level, they do have, you know, a little bit higher level of hit points, and you can see that guy was in red, so he was a little bit more like a kind of a boss monster. Let's see if we have anything we can equip right now. So we got these boots for cleric, and we got this ring, but can't use it until level 3. So we've got a little bit more experience to go. Since we just got level 2, we actually have a lot of experience to go. So let's start taking these guys out. Start beating on them, running through here. We need to take this this red guy out first. There we go. See if we can get our. And the nice thing is once you get up into different levels, is you start to get a lot of different skills that come in really handy. And by using the, obviously, you know, because it does have a rating system as far as the each of these instances go. You want to make sure you use your skills and use them wisely, because the better that you use them and the faster you get through here, the better your score is going to be, which is always a good thing. So what do we got there? And as you saw, we did just get a couple of books. So as you can see here, we've got one that's a cleric book and one that's a sorcerer's book. We can't use this until level 5, but it's good to hold on to those so you can actually train in those items once you have because you have to actually have these skill points. So once you have the skill points and you have the right book and the right level, you're able to train in those skills. So it's kind of cool to get those books and be able to train in those different things.
Over here.
So let's cruise down here, and we've got a nice large batch of these guys just waiting for us to try and kick our ass. So we're going to take and just keep shooting at these guys from afar, keep them as far away as I can, and try and line them up for the nice flame shot, get them nice and close together for a little whirling staff. We've got this little dog all over our ass, but he's red, so we got to be careful a little bit and take these last guys out with some fire. Let's get in here and do a little whirlwind on them. There we go. And now let's get all of the fruits of our labor. Let's see. Glacial Spike. That has to be for sorcerers. Yep, it is. But I'm still not high enough level, so we have to hope that And we got Vengeance Strike, but I think the Vengeance Strike is for a warrior. But we'll take a look here real quick. Glass Ball Orb. Is that any better than what we have? It is, but it's not until level 5. Oh, and the Vengeance Strike is actually for a cleric. So let's get these guys all nice and lined up and give them a little bit of the heat. Throw down a little bit. Shoot at these little dogs. Get some more fire going. It's really too bad that I wasn't able to show you guys some more of the different skills, because I wasn't able to get to level 3 yet, which I believe is the next level where I get my next skill. Take these guys out. Give that guy a little fire. But you can see, I mean, the main thing is it's very action oriented. Graphically, you know, you're gonna have to. It's one of those things where graphically you either love these graphics or you hate them. There's really no in between. There's no kind of like, I kind of think they're okay. But I mean, I guess you could kind of think they're okay, and you could put up with them enough because you actually like the gameplay style and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess you could say that they're just okay. Sound-wise, the game does a really good job of putting together good ambiance with the music and with the sound effects and stuff like that. So I would say sound-wise, very well done. Let's see if we can finish this out before we have to go. And we're almost there. There's our boss. He's going to be a little bit harder, of course, because he's on the hard stage. You definitely want to take and get some friends to help you when you get to the higher levels, and you're having to do things like take on the nightmare stages or the more difficult stages and stuff like that, because you know what, it just gets so difficult. So unless you're just gonna wait and do those when you're much higher level, then that's just not really that much fun to just wait and just do them. I mean, it can be. You can just take and do them at the much higher level and just wax your way right through them and not have to deal with any of the difficulty that actually exists with the stages. But it's more fun because, you know, these are MMOs. They're supposed to be social. You're supposed to be doing these things with other people. At least, you know, you got to give it a shot. So, but I can tell you that the grouping system, I think they could have kept it the way that they had it in, or the way that they have it in Vindictus. I'm not quite sure why they went with a different style for the grouping system. It just seems like, because not only do you have to join one of those parties, but then you have to wait until everybody is there and ready to go, because you're able to do other stuff while you're waiting for the party to form. So you can have guys that are off and they're over talking to the blacksmith, or they're over, you know, turning in quests or different things like that. And so I'm stunned right now, and so of course this guy's gonna beat on me. And so unfortunately, because of that, I found the grouping system to be a little bit less friendly, so to say, than the grouping system that exists in Vindictus. Because the Vindictus grouping system is just, I don't know, it's just so easy to me, because you just jump in there and you know, you can pretty much find guys ready to go. So, just my personal preference. Doesn't have to be yours. It's just, I thought it was a little bit cooler. So you can see I actually got the 3 S's even on the hard level. So you can see we got the extra box. Doesn't matter because they're all still like silver color boxes, so they're all pretty much the same. But I did actually get an item for my class, so that's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and take and pick up the rest of this loot. Open this box, get all the crap that flew out of there, and let's head out of here. So here's the guy we need to talk to complete our quest. Actually, we need to grab the object, hit close, and we've now taken and completed both of our quests. So, you know what, we're going to head back to town, and while we do, I'm going to say my goodbyes. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. If you'd like to play or learn more about Dragon Nest, you can read our full review on MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.